What's going on, y'all? This is Czar, and I want to show you some of the products that I saw at the Summer NAMM 2016 show here in Nashville. So, this show had some new faces in pro audio. Well, not new to pro audio, but new to Summer NAMM this year. And the first one that I saw that I haven't seen at Summer NAMM before was Warm Audio. I got to talk to them a little bit about their new WA2A. They told me that it is as close to an LA2A that they could get it, which I was curious about because the Pool Tech, the 2BQ, is a Pool Tech, but there's some added frequencies there, so you can kind of tell that it wasn't an exact clone of a Pool Tech. They kind of threw their own creativity in there by adding the added mid frequencies with the 2BQ. So with the WA2A, they told me that it is as close as they could get it to an LA2A. Actually told me it's a little cleaner than an original LA2A just because of the components that was used back then and the ones that are used now. Really cool to see Warm Audio here at NAMM this year. Next thing is the Music VR. This is a virtual reality virtual instrument or playing virtual instruments in virtual reality. I saw a demo of it with a drum set, some strings, a harp, and he told me that it also plays, or you can use third party instruments with it. The idea sounds really cool, and I can understand playing drums in a virtual reality, but I'm kind of curious of how accurately you can play strings or guitar or any other instrument in virtual reality. Nevertheless, this was probably the coolest thing that I saw at NAMM this year. And here we have the Empirical Labs Arouser. This is the first time it was shown at a trade show. I've been using it ever since it was released, and I really love this plugin. Really love Empirical Labs compression, and the plugin does not disappoint. There's a banner or sign that they had up at their booth that said "Accept no substitutes," and I really like that slogan for this plugin because this isn't, for example, Waves modeling Empirical Labs gear. This is Empirical Labs making Empirical Labs software. So the plugin comes directly from the company that has made the hardware that we've known and loved, the Distressor, for so many years. It was really cool to see people come up and play with it and actually see it out at a trade show. I mean, this is, like I said before, one of the most anticipated plugins of this year. If you've been living under a rock, the plugin is out. You can download. I think it's a 14-day demo that you can get right now and try it out for yourself. Serpaudio was at Summer NAMM, and this was their first time at Summer NAMM. And the product that you're seeing on the top is called the Splice. And I know I'm on record saying that I'm tired of the LA2A and the 1176 clones. Though this isn't an 1176, however, this is the most impressive 1176 I've seen. Really unique thing about this 1176 is that you can switch between a blue model, the blue stripe model, and the black model, as you can hence kind of see with the black and blue. The blue light that you see lit there, you can change the input and output from a blue or black. So you can have either, as the setup right now, you can have the input blue and the output black, or vice versa, or have the whole unit blue or the whole unit black. It's really a really cool feature to have basically two 1176s models in one. Also, aside from the normal things that you see on 1176, this one has a 2-to-1 ratio on it. Also has the all buttons in the slam mode. You've got a impedance option as well. So this is a really the most versatile 1176 that I've seen. And like I said, the most impressive 1176 I've seen. Below that, we've got the Serpent, which I think they're most known for. I think the model is SB401, I believe, is the bus compressor. Next to that, you've got a LA3A opto style compressor, and you've got a next to that in the 500 series is it's a blend 500 series module to allow you to if you don't have a wet dry for your parallel compression, you can use this for it. But really excited for the splice. Like I said, that's a really cool take on the 1176. And on the end of the booth here is Luke Audio. Luke Audio is a company here in Nashville, and they hand build vintage mics, and really popular vintage mics as well. And we got 4 mics here, and I was able to speak into all of them. But let me just first go into what mic each one is. The first one is a AKG C12, or it's been hand built to emulate the AKG C12. The maroon one is a 251. The blue one is a U67, and the gold one is a U47. Really nice looking, unique take on microphones. A lot of microphones are just silver, so it's really cool to get a splash of color here with the microphones. Like I said, I spoke into all of them. Of course, speaking into a microphone at a trade show isn't the best judge of the microphone. However, from what I can tell, they all sounded good. I was most impressed with the blue one, which is a U67, which is I find funny because I've used a real vintage Neumann U67 before, and I honestly wasn't impressed with it, and it may have just been the microphone. I don't know. I ended up not using it that day, but however, I was impressed with this one. You can check them out at Luke Audio. And lastly, we have the Sonic Farm booth. Sonic Farm is a company from Canada. This is their first time at Summer NAMM, and I've seen Sonic Farm around, but I've never got to physically touch or hear their gear. I actually got a one-on-one with them the following day after the show at Soundstage Studios to demo their gear, and you really spend some more one-on-one time and ask questions, and I came away really impressed. All their gear is tube gear, except for their 500 series pre, which isn't shown here, but you can check it out on their site. A really interesting pre. I will quite possibly pick one of those up, but just going through the gear we have here, since I mostly mix, I was most excited to hear the Creamliner 2, which is at the very bottom of the rack here. And though it looks simple on the front, what it is a 2-channel line amplifier, 2-channel tube line amplifier. Does triode, does pentode, has a switchable transformer output. And testing it out in the studio, it was a subtle but nice difference that you can hear from running the mix through the Creamliner, which is something I may be looking to pick up for my studio. But there we go. Those are the interesting and cool stuff that I saw this year at NAMM. All right, I'll catch y'all next time.